Linda.
And I'm Caitlin.
We bring you the biggest dramas
From the smallest microcosms.
Welcome to
Tea of the Town.
Okay, so today I bring you a drama from the BookTok community. And we are going to talk about the Fyre Festival of BookTok.
Okay, I'm locked in for this because,
Yeah.
I have seen a lot of BookTok things on my For You page. And the Fyre Festival of BookTok, this has got to be good.
Yes. So we're going to get you right into what the heck we're talking about. And I'm going to show you one TikTok that very much encapsulates the whole vibe of this story today.
Okay.
So.
Oh.
It's bad.
Oh, that's so bad.
It's so bad. It's really bad. And so, how did we get here?
Yeah.
We're going to start with our main character.
Okay.
The event organizer. Her name is Grace. Her book author name is Grace Willows. That's the name we're going to use.
Okay.
She's the organizer of this event. Yeah, it doesn't go well, obviously. And what you saw is really just the tip of the iceberg.
So bad.
It's so bad. And I honestly struggled with how I was going to actually tell this story because there's so much.
Oh, so there's even more than...
Oh, yes.
Oh, I'm excited.
There's so much. There's so much. Okay, so let's start with how the event was promoted.
Okay.
So this is what the promotion material looked like. It's kind of amateurish, but it's not crazy, right? Yeah. It's really basic, but it's promoting this whole book festival. So it's not just the ball, it's actually an entire book festival. Yeah. And it happened earlier this year in Baltimore, May 2nd and 3rd. And it's called the Million Lives Book Festival. So if you read, there's a saying, if you read, people who read books lead a million lives, right?
Yeah.
So it's a whole 2-day conference festival that's supposed to end in this ball, this fantasy ball, right? And so these promotions start kicking off and authors start getting involved.
Okay.
And I'm not going to lie. I looked at the website. This is the website. It doesn't look great, right?
It's giving early MySpace days.
It sure is. And this is earlier this year. So this is not old.
There's so many website builders that could do a million times better than this in no time at all. So
this was all a choice.
Very much a choice for sure.
So we're not off to the greatest start.
We're not.
But the promotions kick off and the pricing isn't bad for a book festival of this sort.
Yeah.
So there's different ticket tiers for people from $50 to $250. Mm-hmm. So a $250 ticket gets you everything. It gets you access to the ball that's being promoted, this fantasy ball. And, those are pretty popular types of events.
Totally.
So people were interested, but it just it even these early signs of this looks a little amateurish, didn't really tip people off necessarily. There was a lot of engagement from authors. And so there's a couple of ways that I can tell you how this event went down. And the way I've decided to tell you is just by going through all the lies that our main character Grace tells through the course of this event.
Oh no.
Because it's bad.
Oh God. Okay.
So let's just get to each individual. This isn't even all the lies. This is just the big ones that I felt were particularly egregious.
Okay.
So number 1, the fantasy / lie is that there's a management company, Archer management company, that Grace is running. It's not a real company. It doesn't have an LLC. It's not registered anywhere. It's not even a real company.
Oh my God.
So she's promoting this event. It's literally just her and her husband. And she doesn't even have a registered company. But she's got all these promotions going and asking, it's
like,
right?
Girl, what are you thinking? I mean, I'm thinking about like, you're throwing a 2-day event, which in itself is like a huge undertaking.
Yes.
And you don't have a real LLC. Like, there's a lot of liabilities there.
Sure is. And she's just like winging it. So that's like the basic underlying thing that like kind of comes to light after the fact. But like, this is the reality while she's like putting on and promoting this whole event. So like, that's not great.
No.
Line number 2, there's going to be 600 attendees. So a lot of the promotions that she put out for the event were all around like author participation. And a lot of authors attend these types of events on a very regular basis to promote their books. So they're the ones that are paying more money than like the attendees.
Oh, wow.
They pay for tabletops because they're trying to get interest in their book. They're trying to sell their books.
Yeah.
And so the one of the biggest lies that she's telling these authors who are paying to come and participate, paying to fly their books out, paying to, you know, put their table displays out and everything is that there's going to be 600 attendees. No, in reality, there was maybe 80 attendees. The highest estimate that I saw was 120, but even that, it was like most of that 120 was the vendors, like was the authors and the vendors that were attending. So,
and like, okay, so I don't know how like book promotion works. I don't know how these type of events work, but I do know, having like been in a career that is adjacent to events and event promotion and trade shows and stuff like that, that usually when you're getting vendors, there are contracts for like the number of leads that you're committed to giving. Yeah. And I'd imagine that there's something similar here where they're committing to like, you get a number of like, you know, there's going to be 600 interested readers. So therefore this is worth your investment because you're going to get eyeballs on your book.
Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't in the contract for the vendors, but it was the promise.
Yeah.
Right? And in fact, she posted several times on like Discord, like, oh, we have 400 attendees now. We have 600 people registered. So it was like, she was straight up saying this is who we have registered. But in fact, only like 80 people showed up. And I'm going to show you a couple of the screenshots of like what actually happened in the hall.
Okay.
Because the one of the parts of the conference or the book festival is that there's a huge hall of authors who are promoting their books.
Yeah.
And this is how a lot of the money came in. Like authors paid for tables. And this is what it looked like. They opened the doors day 1 and like no one came in. And you can see, like, I won't even go into all the crazy logistics to get to this point. Like there's obviously it's a blank hall. There's like no carpet, no nothing, blank tables. All it is like the authors with a chair and a table and they like put up their displays. But the event hosted absolutely nothing. There's like nothing there. And they opened the doors the first day, and the estimate was like actually the first day there was like 40 people there.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. So you have authors who are putting out their own money to promote their books.
Yeah.
They're flying, they're paying for their hotels, they're shipping books. They're doing all of this based on a promise that there's going to be 600 very interested fantasy readers who are exactly their perfect target audience. And there's literally like nobody there.
That's insane. Because it's like, the thing is with events like this or trade shows like this, yes, you are expected to like doll up your own table, but usually there's also decorations all throughout. And you're like creating a whole environment where people are supposed to be super engaged. And that is on the host.
It's 100% on the host. And it gets crazier because like so this is some of the table displays and they were actually really good, right? Because authors are going on all out. So the authors are doing their part. Yeah. They're putting together these beautiful displays. They've come with all of their stuff, right? So there's still some good vibes in there, but there's like no one coming, despite the fact that no, the actual event host did nothing. It's literally like no carpets, no nothing, no anything.
Wow.
And on top of that, it was totally like logistically a nightmare. Like she didn't distribute any directions for how to get into the place, which is what you would do for this type of thing. The map that she had given people with like all the table assignments was completely wrong and thrown out the door, and then people showed up and just like, take a table, whatever, you know. So it was just, so even the maps that they gave the vendors and the attendees were completely wrong. So if someone was like trying to find you, they couldn't find you. Of the 40 people there, like they can't even find any of the people because the map is wrong.
That's crazy.
So it's just like all of the logistics were completely just horrendous. And you think about the actual authors, right?
Yeah.
Again, they're spending their own money.
Yeah.
A lot of them are like self-published, or it's their first book that's been published. They're fronting a lot of money to get the return that they want for their book. Like, this is devastating.
Well, and it makes me think, like, if she's not doling out like decorations and doing all this stuff, she's not, creating this whole environment, like, where did the money go?
Well, there's some estimates. This is what's crazy. It wasn't actually a super expensive event as these things go. There are some estimates that say she probably only collected about like $30,000 to $50,000 based on her ticket prices. And if you've ever done it in a large scale event, because like we both work in corporate, right?
Yeah.
That's not enough to throw an event.
No.
So it's actually like not necessarily that she like took all this money and didn't do it. She just didn't know how to put on an event.
What was going through her head? What was making her think like, I'm going to do this and this is a good idea?
Like, I am capable of doing an entire book festival for hundreds of people. Well, actually 80 people. But you know what I mean?
Like, I mean, to some extent, I appreciate the delusion of being like, yeah, I can do this. Why couldn't I do this? But at the same time, girl,
you're putting people's and the other thing that I did read about this is like a lot of these book festivals require like a certain number of published books for the authors to participate. So you have to have like 2 books or 3 books or 4 books or whatever. Yeah. But this threshold was a lot lower, so it was only a 1 book threshold. So if you have 1 published book, you could participate in this trade show, this event. And so it was a lot of newer authors
that wouldn't know to like look for.
Well, it's also, they're more vulnerable. They have they've like, they are just starting off.
That's really sad,
right? And they're spending probably thousands of dollars to participate in this. When you think about like the shipping costs of the books, the travel, the hotel. Mind you, yes, there's also a table fee, but like all of those things are expensive. And it's just devastating.
That is.
So, and on the attendee side, it's no better. So this is another lie that she told. She said that the badges that she ordered were shattered. Conference badge. Did you order glass badges?
Right? Because, okay, I think about any conference I've been to, and it's usually just like a plastic like lanyard, which what?
Yeah, it makes zero sense. So like she's clearly lying already, right? She's like, there's no badges because they shattered. What are you talking about? So like there's no security. Like this is what check-in looked like. It's literally like this crazy little sign and no badges. So anyone could go in and out of the show. So there's like no security at all. And usually at shows, generally there's security. Yeah. You have to have, so nothing. There's not even a badge for an attendee.
That's wild. I mean, like, also for her to be, it's kind of funny to me thinking that the lie that she came up with was the badge is shattered. Because I'm like, girl, have you ever seen a badge?
Have you done?
Is this your first day on Earth?
I feel like a lot of the lies that she tells have that same vibe where you're like, you could totally have lied better.
Yeah.
Like you're bad at event organizing. You're bad at lying. Like, can you just be good at one thing?
Just one.
Oh. So weird lies like this that are just like excuses about why things are shitty. And she's just weird. Like, the badge is shattered? That's like not even What does that
So
mean?
weird. So weird.
Anyway, next lie is that this event is going to be filled with author panels and bookish entertainment. Let me just show you what that looked like. So this is the the bookish musical duo that they had no equipment, no stage, no nothing. These poor girls are like borrowed an iPad from someone, sat on the floor because there's no chairs, and they booked them for 2 days in a row. And so they had to sit on the floor and try to play music for people with like the aid of an iPad.
They couldn't even get them chairs?
No, and the chair thing was throughout the whole event. This is one of the panels.
Oh my
They literally, it was like just a blank empty room and they had to sit on the floor.
This is like comically bad.
It's so bad.
Because at the very least, I'm like, Grace, okay, you couldn't get badges, you couldn't get decorations, you couldn't get folding chairs, you didn't have the forethought to think people sit.
People sit down. People have asses. People need to sit down.
And where will they
think
sit?
about where they go.
Like, this is... it is almost
So
as
bad.
if she tried to make the worst possible festival.
Yeah, it kind of reeks of that.
Like
I'm mad at someone.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw you like your version of hell in the form of a book festival, you know?
I'm not like convinced that there wasn't a like author that she was deeply in love with at some point that burned her so bad, and
Totally.
this is like her villain arc where she is now taking it out on every author. Like you can't tell me that
This
that's
theory-
maybe not what's going on.
Oh, I think you're onto something here.
I think I am too.
I think you're onto
I think
something
I
here,
am.
right? That's it. Okay, so the panels get even worse too. So the panels, a lot of the panels, there was this BIPOC panel. There were a bunch of panels that I think the same thing happened.
Yeah.
There was this BIPOC panel where she said to the panelists that like, oh, she has a journalist that's going to interview you for the panel. It was her husband. So this is one of the creators that was a participant in the panel, and I just want you to watch this TikTok. It's like really bad.
Panel I did attend, which was the BIPOC panel. It was literally me and one other attendee in the room, and then the other 3 people in the audience were the assistants to the 3 authors that were on the panel. This guy stood in the back of the room and asked basically the same question 10 different ways to these BIPOC authors, and quite frankly, it was insulting. It felt like he had just used ChatGPT to like figure out questions to ask about diversity and BIPOC authors and BIPOC characters and stories. It was really bad. It was really, really bad. And like I said, it was insulting.
Yeah.
That is so insane. I mean, I feel so bad.
Yeah.
Because like I think if I was put in a position of I'm presenting and there's people in the crowd that are obviously like people that I like, it's a waste of their time. It's like insulting to just, oh my God, like
there's so many layers.
There's so many
to
layers
it.
to
And the
this.
fact that also just, and it's a white man, right? Like,
Yeah.
some random white man who has no context and is like randomly asking you like super reductive, idiotic questions.
God.
You know what I mean? It's just like, oh gosh. Like,
I feel so bad for these authors who like, and I'm sure that they also like, not only is it a waste of their time
totally
on the stage, but I'd be willing to imagine that they came prepared.
Oh,
they thought
for
about
sure.
talking points. They kind of researched their own, like they probably put the work in to make sure that they were representing themselves, their communities.
Yeah.
Just to have this.
It's so bad.
It's so bad.
So bad. And of course it gets worse.
Oh no.
Okay. So another one of the lies that she told is just that like, okay, if you sponsor, so she did this to authors. Like if you sponsor at certain levels, like these are the perks that you're going to get. And she had this whole list of perks. And none of it ever happened. So I'll show you the video of one of the authors that like had one of the higher sponsorship tiers. And it's bad.
Oh God.
I ended up picking the highest tier of sponsorship because I'm just like, $250? Why not? It's a good deal. So I was supposed to get my logo on the website, an author takeover day in the Facebook group, an author focus day with several posts about me and my books on social media, a medium window or floor decal, where those were supposed to go, I don't know, and my logo on the tote bag. Now, I have been to other events before where I've seen events do all of these things for other people. So I sent them all of my things, my headshots, my covers, my logo, all that stuff. And on January 20th, they received my $250. And if you're confused, Book Lover was a free sponsorship tier. And by free, that just means if you bring swag, like stickers, bookmarks, art, whatever, people have done wax melts in the past, candles, those get put in the swag bags for the VIP attendees. But after that email exchange, it's pretty much crickets. I did not, in fact, get my author takeover day in the Facebook group. There was not a single post about me or my books on Archer Management socials. And we also never got confirmation for how many items we needed to bring for the VIP swag bags.
Okay. So none of that actually happened. So people are paying stuff and they get nothing in return. And it's bad.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So like literally none of the things that they promised happened.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking like, what is going through Grace's head? Like
Right?
I'm trying to put myself in her shoes and I'm thinking people are giving me money. I'm making these commitments. Like at the very least, I would try to reach out to the author to be like, hey, we've had some changes. Like we're actually not going to be able to accommodate this one thing. But if you're still open, like we'll give you a discount or I don't know.
Something.
But to just then like go silent on them
it's crazy.
Terrible.
The price for like the highest tier sponsorship is $250, right? Like for an event like this, that's not normal. Like you're going to be paying a lot more.
Yeah.
Because you producing tote bags, producing swag, like that, all of that costs a lot of money.
Yes.
And speaking of swag, what happened to those mysterious swag bags that all these authors put swag into as part of the sponsorship tier? Well, this is the lie that she told. She said that the convention center actually accidentally threw away all the swag bags. And of course the convention center's like, no, we didn't. But yeah, she fully is like blaming the convention center and saying, oh, they threw away the swag bags. They're gone.
Like, she's so bad at lying. It would be
tragic.
Funny if it wasn't like also at the expense of other people because what do you mean like she comes up with like the worst possible lie.
Stupid. It's like it's the equivalent of like, I have a boyfriend who goes to another school.
Yeah.
His name is Oscar. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like to me.
She for sure told her teachers that her dog ate her homework.
100%.
Like
and thought it was like so good.
It's just like got that one.
Got him.
Yeah, no, this is the craziest, like, oh my God.
It's really bad.
That's so bad.
Mm-hmm. And it gets worse. It gets worse. Okay, so the other thing that she did is said featured authors. So there were a subset of authors that were featured that she was trying to attract to the event. And she said that she was going to pay for their rooms at the Hilton, which is like attached to the convention center. And so this is what actually happened.
On the Wednesday before we all flew out, the featured authors got an email saying, hey, my rep at the Hilton has not been answering my phone calls or emails over the past week. Why wasn't this situated over a month ago? And said that she couldn't confirm bookings. And so she was instead moving all the featured authors to the Days Inn across the street. Y'all look at this. There are freaking scratch marks on this bed, bro.
It's so bad.
That is so bad. I mean, first, I didn't realize that she was like in the midst of it at the hotel telling her story. But like,
she's doing this like from the hotel room because she's so pissed.
Oh my God.
That's one of the authors, Percy J.
And I mean, I haven't stayed at like a Days Inn, but you know, like
a Hilton versus a Days Inn.
Yeah, I'm imagining it's not the same level.
Not even. And a lot of the authors said, like, it had mold issues.
Ooh.
Like, they're dragging their, like, giant suitcases upstairs. Like, bad, right? Really bad. And obviously it's like, the lie, again, is so bad. Like, oh, my rep at the Hilton won't respond to me, so I have to move you to this, like, super cheap hotel. What?
What? Okay, which, like, if you are working with a hotel rep for a conference, for an event,
true.
That's not a thing. And also, it's because it's the Hilton, you'd think, oh, I can't get a hold of this one person, I'm going to call around and find other people.
Maybe call the freaking reservation hotline.
Yeah.
Like, come on. It's such a bad lie.
It's so bad. It's so bad.
Like, obvious that she doesn't have the money. And she's like, oh, I'm going to find a cheaper place for everyone to stay and still try to, like, do it, you know?
Yeah.
Okay, but it gets worse.
Oh, my God.
I know. In the middle of this whole situation, the next lie she tells is that her identity got stolen. Okay.
Grace, I can no longer give you grace.
No. So, okay, it's so bad. So they all check into their hotels.
Huh?
And then she pulls her card from the hotel because she says her identity got stolen. So all of her cards are shut off.
I cannot, like... Is she, like, she's got to be a compulsive liar.
She's gotta be.
Because this is not...
It's not normal.
Like everyone has said, like, a white lie or a lie in their life. But, like, this is excessive and bad.
It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. And she's just like, I'm not going to admit the truth. I'm just going to continue to lie badly.
Such bad lies.
It's really bad. So this is one of the authors that was, like, in the middle of experiencing this.
We go to check in. I pay for my separate early check-in, and her credit card doesn't go through. So I email her. I call her on Instagram. She tells me her identity was stolen, so they froze all of her accounts.
Yeah, there's, like, so many different accounts of this from different authors who posted. That was just one of, like, many who were posted. They were posted on, like, TikTok and Instagram, like, going through the, like, this whole saga. A lot of them ended up putting their own credit cards down. You know, they had to. They had no choice, right? The hotel basically told them, yeah, like, one author had when this happened to them, like, they came back to their room and their card no longer, like, their hotel key no longer worked.
Oh, my God.
And they had to go down and then put their own card down. They were charged hundreds of dollars, which they were not expecting to pay.
Yeah.
So they're, like, out all this money. It's wild.
This is so crazy. Oh, my God.
Yeah. So it gets... I don't know if there's worse than... Well, there's more. There's more. It
just continues.
And keep in mind, I have curated only the lies that I thought were the worst. So just keep that in mind as we're going through this.
Oh my God.
So the next one is this. Hey, VIPs and authors get access to this beautiful, amazing content creation room. Are you ready to see the content creation room?
I guess so. Oh,
it's literally an empty room.
Okay, have you heard of back rooms?
No.
Okay, so there's this whole thing on the internet where, like, some video games that are like you're a player that's, like, viewing through somebody's eyes.
Yeah.
They will have these, like, weird back rooms that you can find. So there's this whole conspiracy around, like, back rooms in life. This is a back room.
This is a life back room.
Where it's just like an empty room that's creepy.
Yes.
This is a back room.
Oh, 100%. That's what this is. And get this. This was the room on day one, but the second day it disappeared and it was locked and no one could access it. And guess what the lie was? Oh, there's a malfunction with the room. It's an empty room. Like, what malfunction?
What is going on here? This is the most... I'm just like, at what point... I mean, I guess I give her props for committing to the bit.
Yeah.
But, like, at what point do you just say, like, yeah,
I fucked up.
This is the craziest...
Yeah.
What content are you creating in here? Like torture content? I mean, it's just... It's creeping me out.
100% looks like a murder room. Like, for sure, Dexter would cover that shit in some, like, plastic paper.
Absolutely.
Do a deed.
Absolutely.
Are you creating TikTok? I mean, technically, you can take your phone in there and do what you got to do. But yeah.
Wow.
So, yeah. Let's keep going. The next lie is that their DJ was sent to the hospital. So, like, she posted on Discord, the Discord that was, like, associated with the event. She was like, oh my gosh, the DJ got sent to the hospital and the company can't send anyone else, so we don't have a DJ. Like, where do you come up with this? Like, you obviously just don't have the money to pay for anything, and you haven't planned or done anything, and you're just coming up with the most random lies.
It's like, if it, again, this would be so funny if it wasn't for the fact that, like, people lost money.
There's real people.
And the fact that the DJ is
a speaker on a chair.
Is a speaker on a chair.
Okay.
A chair which could have gone to any of the panelists.
Right? Put that chair.
But they're like, no, let's give the boombox a chair.
Oh my God.
Good going.
Okay, but get this. The speaker was not even her speaker. One of the security guards.
Oh my God.
Took pity on them. And, like, everyone loved the speaker because, like, it was, like, the funniest thing. So they named him Speaker Steve. And Speaker Steve was, like, the hero of the event. And everyone posted about Speaker Steve because it was, like, the only highlight of the whole freaking event. Speaker on a chair.
I feel like it's one of those... Have you ever had those moments where, like, everything is going terribly wrong?
Yeah.
Life is so stressful. And then, like, the stupidest thing goes wrong and you just laugh.
Yeah.
Because you're like, of course this went wrong too. Like, of course this did. And I feel like people trauma bonding over the Speaker Steve is, you know what? Good on them for finding some joy in this otherwise horrendous situation.
Yes.
The fact that they didn't even bring the speaker, I mean...
It's so sad.
That's just cherry on top of the shit pile.
It's a little beyond the pale.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the next lie is that the decorations for the Lavender Ball, so this was supposed to be the end-all be-all highlight of the event, they were also lost by the convention center. So she had decorations, but they disappeared into the ether with the swag bags.
I hate when the convention center accidentally throws away the swag bags.
Yeah.
And throws away the decorations.
Boxes of beautiful decorations.
And the badges shatter. And the DJ goes to the hospital. And the I hate when this happens.
Oh, God. Yeah.
It's just
so much.
And, like, if I were a worker at the convention center, I'd be throwing shade. I'd be getting up on the one chair and being like, I'll have you all know
100%.
None of this is true.
Right.
Like, I will not have Grace besmirch my good name.
Yeah, it's so bad.
So bad.
She just keeps going and going and going. I'm like, what is going on?
God.
And this is the result. Like, this is just a couple of clips from the Lavender Ball. So this was called the Lavender Ball. Mind you, people paid, like, the basic ticket is $50. To get into the ball, you had to pay the $250 ticket. This is what it was. It was literally tables. They did have chairs, luckily.
Wow, what an upgrade.
No music. They had Speaker Steve. They had, like, a cash bar where you literally had to pay for water.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And there's something so funny about the fact that, like, if you look at the tables, spreading them out, she's like, we've got 50 rose petals and we're gonna make
them work. And they're not even lavender rose petals. Like, this is the Lavender Ball, and there's, like, nothing lavender about this ball at all. And small detail, I didn't cover this particular one, but small detail, there's also, like, random books on the tables, which are books that she, like, secretly stole from her bookstore vendor and kept, like, snatching them. And the bookstore vendor was like, why does she keep taking the books? I can't sell the books. And then they, like, showed up on the tables as, like, random, I don't know whether she intended them to be like decoration or like freebies for people who attend. I don't know.
Insane.
It's horrible. So these poor people that have gone all this way.
Yeah.
And this is what they get. So it's just
bad. So
bad on
bad.
bad on bad on bad. And then on top of that, she is talking smack about all of the authors and vendors to like all the attendees and the other authors. So there were multiple people who posted saying like, I heard that she was talking about me and saying I was dramatic and like talking smack about me. So I'll show you just a few of them, but there were like lots of these stories where like they heard that Grace was like talking shit about them.
The absolute audacity.
Yes.
Like if I were Grace, I would never be seen again.
Right?
I would never say a word again.
Hide in a hole.
Oh, wow.
I'll just show you a couple of them. This is the bookstore vendor.
But I still did everything I could to take care of these authors. She didn't even provide all the books. So there were some authors who had no books for me to sell, which means they had no books to sign, which means they were just sitting there and doing nothing for 2 days. So these authors didn't even have books, and she blamed me. So naturally I had to do 2 days worth of damage control. But I kind of expected that because before the event I was told that she was telling people I was scamming her, I was stealing money from her, and I was holding her to a super strong contract for 2 years. Keep in mind, we didn't have a single contract. Everything was done via email and text, so we didn't have a contract. And if she was unhappy with anything, that was on her because I offered to split profits multiple times. So again, 2 days of damage control, making sure people knew that this was not on me. But I still did everything I could to take care of these authors, and while also working my own author booth.
Oh, I feel so bad.
I know. It's horrible.
I feel so bad. You can tell she genuinely is trying. She cares. And then to have to like defend yourself amongst all of this, which I will say maybe the one good thing is the fact that like Grace said so many lies that I'm sure damage control probably wasn't so hard. She could be like, hey, just another lie.
Like, let's just put this into context.
Gonna stack this on the other one.
Yeah.
Like, it's still...
It's so bad.
It's sad.
It's so bad. And that's part of the reason why, like, I have no sympathy for Grace at all. And normally I feel a lot of empathy for people who are like, you know, they're lying their way through things. They're like, there's insecurities, there's whatever that's driving their behavior. In this case, I have like zero sympathy for Grace because of all the damage she's doing to people's face. Like she's interacting with these authors. Yeah. She's seeing the damage that she's causing, and she's just lying and making it harder every step of the way. It's like wild.
Yeah.
Wild.
Like, genuinely, if she had just stepped up and said, you know what, I bit off way more than I could chew. I thought I was capable of this. I had no idea. Like, I really messed up. Like, still, it would be not okay because she, you know, took money from people and all of that. But it's the fact that she decided to talk poorly about people, throw people under the bus, that shows, like, she really didn't care.
No, not at all.
She had no concern for the way that she was making people feel.
It's horrible.
Don't like it.
Horrible. Here's one more. I'm not going to show you all of them.
My friends and I were all put up against the wall because we're the problem children. And we're loud and inappropriate and don't want to be an embarrassment to the event. Now, obviously, I didn't hear this with my own ears, which is why I say that allegedly very hard. But this was said before the event. But according to some other authors, vendors, and attendees, the coordinator was still talking mad nonsense about us during the event, calling us difficult to work with, calling some of us divas. And so allegedly, the event coordinator and I had beef, which is odd because, honestly, I don't even know who she is, so this is a surprise to me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. For her to call anyone a diva.
Right?
Like,
it's nonsense.
Absolutely insane.
Nonsense. Total nonsense.
Like, these people want chairs. They're such divas.
Such a diva.
They want to know where their swag is. What divas? Like,
oh my God.
Insane. Don't like her at all.
No. Okay. Next one. she told these featured authors that they were going to get appearance fees. So some of them she promised like $1,000 for their appearance fee. She never paid it. Like never paid it. And that's not surprising, but it was one of the ones that was like, okay, it's a bigger thing. It's a bigger promise that she just totally lied. And so like one of the vendors that she had was like a tattoo artist that was supposed to come, and like she didn't pay her anything. The tattooers didn't even have electricity to like run.
That's just probably necessary.
Horrible. And so she just lied, and nothing actually happened that she said was going to happen.
Wow.
And finally, the last lie that she told is that, okay, she is admitting that she's wrong and everyone is getting refunds. So like a bunch of people confronted her at the Lavender Ball.
Good.
And like, this is ridiculous. And she promised those people that she was going to give refunds. And she also, 30 minutes into the Lavender Ball, she knew she messed up. This is the video that she posted.
I'm wanting to issue a formal apology. I do understand that the ball tonight was not set up to standards. Getting set up and it was not set up well. I want to apologize. If you would like a refund, please contact me and I will issue a refund immediately. Thank you.
It was not set up well. It was not set up to standards. Girl, there was nothing.
It wasn't.
It wasn't set.
What are you setting up?
There was
nothing to
nothing.
set up.
Like, that's such a flippant response, in my opinion, to just be like, it wasn't set up to standards. Girl, like, the standards were in hell.
Yeah.
Like, what was that?
And she does it 30 minutes into the event. She doesn't, like, announce to everyone who's there, or like,
No.
you know, she's literally just like posting this on TikTok. And she has the audacity to be like, if you want a refund, contact me.
No, girl, you just give out the refunds. You just refund people because you fucked up.
You have royally screwed over all of these people. So the final lie is that she's gonna, well, this is not the final lie. There's one more lie I'm gonna tell you. She says she's gonna give everyone refunds. And she ends up, after the event, sending out some email communication saying she's going to give everyone refunds on a certain date. I think it was like the 31st of the month. And that date rolls around. And then she sends an email out saying that she's in the hospital.
Of course she's in the hospital.
She's in the hospital.
I'm actually surprised she's not just dead.
Yeah.
Because at this point, if you're going to lie about anything,
You might as well fake your own death.
you might as well fake your own death. We've seen it before.
before.
Of course she's in the hospital.
Of course she's in the hospital, right? So like the last day, the final day that she's supposed to submit like the refunds, this email goes out. Of course it's like not from Grace, but it's like, oh, everyone, Grace is in the hospital. She has like back pain. And then there's some random detail about like, it's the weekend and so not all the tests are available. Hospitals are open on the weekends. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It's just so asinine. And so no one gets a refund that day. And then she ends up like a week later sending another email saying like, I'm so sorry. I have applied for like all these personal loans and I keep getting denied. So like, I don't have the money to give refunds. And like, I just keep getting rejected for these personal loans. And I do have like slight bit of empathy for that, because like, clearly she messed up to the degree where like she did not collect enough money to actually run an event.
Yeah.
Like what she was charging for what she was promising, like they don't match at all.
No.
She probably did spend every single cent in convention fees just to like rent a convention.
Yeah.
You're going to spend $30,000 if you freaking sneeze.
For sure.
So that's not going to enable you to put on any type of event. And so she probably does have no money left. And now she also has to refund people because she and people are out way more than just the ticket price.
Yeah.
Not event. She like totally screwed everybody over. So anyway, that to this day is still like an outstanding thing.
Wow.
Like, nobody has refunds. And there's a couple of people who were able to like successfully dispute charges with their credit cards and get it back. So like there's a little bit, but I'm going to end this on a positive note.
Okay.
Because this was a complete and total absolute dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Dumpster fire. But you know what? every single time there's an absolute dumpster fire, somewhere in there's like a people pleaser, a first daughter who's gonna find the silver lining, who's gonna do something good.
Yes.
So I have 3 heroes of this dumpster fire.
Okay, let's see
that
the
I
heroes.
wanna take you through, just to like bring the little bit of like humans are still cool,
Yes.
even if some of them are trash.
Yes.
The first one, of course,
The
Speaker
first
Steve.
hero of our finale is Speaker Steve. Here he is, everyone, the infamous Bluetooth speaker that provided all of our music for the ball. But don't give credit to the creator for Speaker Steve. This lovely security guard right here took pity on us and brought Speaker Steve from his home just so we could have some music at this ball.
Love him.
So yes, friends, that means the plan for this ball was for us to stand in this giant empty room with no food, a cash bar, and stand there in silence.
I love so much Speaker Steve. I love so much the security guard who was like, these people need music.
yes,
Like, because it's very much not his job.
Not
like, he
at
could have just been
all.
like, yeah, this is a dumpster fire. But he was like, let's give the people some music.
brought a speaker
Love
from
that.
There were also a couple of other stories about the security guards, that one in particular that like brought the speaker, and I was just like, oh my gosh, humans are cool. He also like did a bunch of extra stuff, like directed people, because there's no signage anywhere, of course. There's, in order to like get people to the panels, they literally just like yelled in the room, and he like tried to help. Like, he tried to help direct people.
That's so sweet.
I mean,
I hope his
So.
employer saw that he was going above and beyond, gave him a bonus, gave him a raise.
Exactly.
Because, like, truly, he did not have to do any of that, but he just wanted to help out of the goodness of his heart, and I love that.
He sees these people who are like having a bad time or like struggling, and he's like, I'm gonna help. So hero
Love it.
number one
Hero number one
is our security guard and his son, Speaker Steve.
Yes.
So the second hero of our story is all of the authors.
Yes.
The authors really, regardless of what the situation was with the actual venue, like, they brought it. Like, a lot of the pictures of the tabletops I saw, even some of the like little snippets that I saw of the panels, like, they tried to make the best of it, and they were the only good thing in the entire event. Like, they were the only good thing in the whole event. And so, yes, there was not enough attendance there. No, there was not enough like of anything for them there, but like, they still brought their passion, they brought their books, they brought their stories, they brought, what they could to life out of the situation.
Yeah, and I mean, just seeing these like tablescapes and everything, like, the fact is, you could be completely demoralized by the turnout and see, like, upon showing up and seeing that there's just nothing, but the fact that they're like, you know what, no, I'm going to set up, I'm going to bring the energy, and I'm going to treat these 40 people like they're 600 people. I think there's really something beautiful about that.
Yes, exactly.
I love that.
All of them got completely screwed over by Grace. And I if there's any silver lining, I do hope that like the attention that this whole event got, because it was so bad.
Yeah.
Hopefully got them a little bit of a sliver more of the attention that they deserve.
Yes.
For their stories, for their books, for all of the things.
100%.
So, hero number 2, all of the authors
Yes.
participated. And last but not least, my third hero is this group of ladies. Because honestly, that video that I showed you at the very beginning, like, all these ladies are coming to slay.
Yes.
They all look beautiful.
They do.
This friend group looks amazing.
Yes.
And yes, they may have been totally and utterly disappointed by the time they got to the venue, but still, they all look beautiful. They're dressed to the nines.
Yes.
And I just think they deserve a little bit of dapping up, because they're beautiful, gorgeous, and they are all a vibe together.
And I love their energy. I love that, like, they made silly TikToks about this.
Yes.
Like, even though they were disappointed, they're like, we're going to find the joy in here.
Exactly.
And I like to think that everyone there in some way trauma bonded with each other. Because sometimes that's what you have to do. Sometimes situations are so bad that you have to just like look at the other people in the room and be like, this is bad. We're feeling this together. And I think just that little human connection, that little like acknowledgement of we're going through the same thing and this is crazy and ridiculous. I hope that there were friendships that were forged
Yes.
in this
Yes.
dumpster fire.
Yes, it's not about the dumpster fire. It's about the friends we made along the way.
Absolutely it is. That is so beautiful.
So with that, that's the tea. And cheers to all the lovely ladies of the Lavender Ball.
Cheers to them.
Let's take a sip of tea.